Welcome for another episode of Gina and Friends.
Woohoo.
And this time around, we have Katie Kirchharr.
Woo.
And
Yeah.
she is with Innisfree Operations and also with Equity Project Alliance. So she plays a dual role just like I do. Yeah, dualies.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So for her virtue, she chose the virtue of community. Such a big word, right? And that's exactly what she does every day. When I met Katie, oh gosh, 24 years ago.
19.
19.
Sorry.
I
was
dating her.
24.
And she was 24. Yeah. And I knew, when I saw her, I said, I'm going to like her because she had such a great spirit to her. So helpful. She was my lifeline to Innisfree hotels. And she was always there, always, giving us what we needed. And, and the Hilton needed so much. You know that, Miss Katie, but she was always there. So I considered her my lifeline while I was a GM there. So tell me, why did you choose, other than the obvious, but choose the virtue of community?
Well, with the EPA, we really are focused on bringing Innisfree to the community and having the community come to Innisfree. And that's any community that Innisfree properties serve. It is what we try to improve upon or make better, do what we can. And through that, we have just started some amazing conversations and connections throughout the community that have really been cool to see form.
When you talk about equity, it is so humongous. It's scary, it's emotional, and like myself, I feel like I don't know a lot about it, although I probably live it every day. But and Katie touched upon it. I mean, right on the nose. We have to start the conversation, right? Sometimes we skate around it. Sometimes we avoid it, right? Because we don't really want to get into it, maybe, if I could be so honest, right? We don't understand it. We think we are we think we're not in it.
We think we know.
Yeah, we think we know.
Sometimes.
And we think we are, right? But and we try to be intentional about it. So tell us about Equity Project Alliance and how it started.
Okay. Equity Project Alliance started with, after George Floyd's murder, a group of people, including Julian McQueen and Dick Appleyard, they came together and they had a dinner. He wrote an editorial or opinion piece to the News Journal and really took a huge step as a business person in our community to be so open with how he felt that went. So from that conversation and that letter, it has expanded to, this is year 3, and it started with 25 people, and now we have at each event 150 people, if not more. And we have 8 or 9 events. We have people now that come to the EPA because the EPA has provided such a safe place for conversations that they bring their businesses and nonprofits to us so that we can help them have conversations with the people they've been trying to speak to. And people really just open up. Our story slams have become also a place where people can just share so freely how they're feeling, what they've went through. And so the people in the audience connect with them. And then after our story slam, they have an opportunity to go speak to the people. And if they're with a nonprofit, they can connect their nonprofits together. And part of the EPA is we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We have Habitat for Humanity. We have the Boys and Girls Club. But how can we bring those two organizations together and have them piggyback off what each other's doing. And a goal, a main focus of for EPA is to really explain what equity really means, and so that people understand what the Equity Project Alliance is, because you have to know about equity. And people think that they know, and that is great, but there's a lot that we don't know.
Yeah.
And that's what the EPA tries to open the conversations, and for people to be able to ask the questions that they're scared to ask, but they feel safe in EPA, because we really do break it right on down to very raw.
I think when it comes to equity, some of us are very guarded and rather not say anything about it. But with Equity Project Alliance, it brings this huge topic, right? This huge thing called equity, down to where, closer to you, closer to people, becomes part of the conversation, and it's not taboo, right? And or you can talk about it without fear of offending, right? Like Katie said, they provide a safe environment where it's okay to talk about it, whether you're fully engaged or just kind of going, well, I never really thought about it, right? It's not really been part of my world, but it is.
Yes.
It is every day, as we are part of a community. We are not one in ourselves. If we were just talking to me and just engaging with me, yeah, equity is all around me, right? Because it's how I feel about it. But as you engage more with people with different experiences, then you realize, like, wow, it is in around me. It's in my neighborhood. It's in my front door, possibly be in my home, right? And so these stories, I remember my first time I attended Story Slams. I don't think I missed any.
No, I don't.
Yeah. And it really gave me a lot to think about it, right? As I'm driving home, and I've got a good 45 minutes drive from Pensacola, I started talking to myself and saying, how does this affect me? How does, because I don't want to be ignorant about it, right? So the more, it's almost like addictive, right? You go to the next one and you hear more people. These are leaders of the community, students. These are, people that, are stay-at-home moms and dads, and they go to work just like me. And here they are, so brave to share their story of how they, they kind of started, and how they want to help for people to understand. So it's really a good space where it makes you think, and it, am I doing more?
Yeah, it becomes a sense of pride for people after, they come to your initial and you start learning, and then people really start digging into it. They become proud of what they've learned, and then they go out and share it with their group of people, how they think that those people would best understand what Equity Project is about. And those people start attending Story Slams, and then, next thing I know, I have 5 new volunteers that want to help out at our other events, not just our Story Slams. We have a conversation in black and white. We do our annual data walk, providing information about our community. And the people in the room are the people that can do something about it. And that really is a huge focus of the EPA, is the community conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you go to these data walks, and you look through issues, that, I mean, there's a lot. Where do you start, right? Where do you start, right? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And that's exactly what it is. So last year we started this initiative with Innisfree hotels. where we, instead of having a holiday party, we decided to take what we normally would have spent and we gave it back to the community. But we gave it in the hands of our leaders for each of our hotels to decide what nonprofit or charitable organization they were going to give back to. Totally up to them. The only thing is that it aligned with the Hive Foundation mission, which is to empower, to educate, and to enrich our community. And so they did just that. Equity, you know, the data that is shown is not only about black and white.
Right.
It really isn't. It goes deeper than that.
I love it because we've been given the okay, or it feels okay, to have the more difficult conversations. So we bring people to the uncomfortable room and make it comfortable by letting them know it's okay to have the conversations and break down the barriers between our larger organizations like Navy Federal and a smaller local like the Epps Christian Center. You know, not knowing that Navy Federal had this money over here for exactly what you need. And so I'd like to introduce you to you.
Yeah.
The past few years, things have been jumbled with DEI, and we've lost the focus really of that and what the meaning of equity is. And that's our focus for EPA, is just redefining that and providing that education to other companies so that they can take that back to their place and share with their team members or friends and just keep spreading the message.
To try and move the needle and widen the conversation, I think, is what we were doing.
Yeah, and acting. People do want, here's a problem, and they want to help, but they would like you to tell them step by step what they need to do. And that's not always the case. So by coming to these events and hearing and learning, they can take their education to their team and friends and spread in their little pockets, their circles, where they feel safe. And then by them feeling safe in turn, they can make their groups feel safe. Well, I'd like to give Dr. Wiley a stroke, not brown nosing. I truly believe there's not a better person to be the executive director of the EPA. And she just is so honest. I know how to have honest conversations with people where it may be hard. She's taught me those things, and just how she embraces our community in Innisfree and the importance of those two being connected. She does a great job at, and I'd like to give her a stroke.
Yeah, shout out to Dr. Wiley.
Shout out.
Shout out.
And can I do two? Rachel Anderson has been amazing for the EPA. She's grown from a coworker to an attendee to one of our main volunteers. 365, she's there.
Shout out to Rachel
Shout out
Anderson with our HR payroll department. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, and she's been attending a lot of the functions and really engaged.
Yes, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So she's no longer a sideliner. She's definitely in the game.
We get to be community front facing in the Hive, and we get to get out and touch more and attend fundraisers, and I love that. I love being representing Innisfree out in the community and being able to really talk the talk that we've walked.
And I want to do a stroke to the entire organization of Innisfree Hotels. You know, they are the reason why the Hive Foundation is where we are today and continue to grow and develop. The team members, their hard work every day. I mean, day in and out. We are in a business where the doors never close. And we service our visitors that come to our beautiful place. And we do it every day, 24/7, never closes. So shout out to Innisfree Hotels. I was told earlier on in my career with Innisfree that work done as service, in service is the highest form of worship. And it truly is, because you have the work that we do, uh, in Innisfree hotels, and then it flows over the work that we do at the Hive Foundation, which is giving back to people and supporting, wonderful organizations like the Equity Project Alliance, and really touch more than just, the unhoused, more than just the youth. We're talking humanity, right? So shout out to Innisfree Hotels and the lovely people that make it happen every day.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So, wow, what a wonderful time we had. A little bit, community is such a big word, but you live it every day. It's something that you practice every day, and we do it through the heart, the giving heart, and we do it with so much joy. So, thank you for joining us, Katie.
Thank you.
Yeah, continue what you do, and moving that needle, going out and creating a larger zone for conversations,
right?
Like and
hospitality in our community.
That is what it is, right? Welcoming people into our house, right? Just
safe.
It's a safe place. So until next time, aloha.
How we have everything set up is it's like an art gallery. So you walk in, you're able to see the data and look at it as art. You actually can stand, have a conversation, and really dissect what these numbers are saying and what stories tell.
Lots of people at my table. I was a table discussion leader tonight, and many of the participants all said that, they came to just kind of learn more, figure out the research to figure out what we need to do to make change.
The things that bother me the most are that we need to support the inner city and help to bring more attention to the lack of health care for all of our citizens.
Everybody has a part to play in trying to help the community to do better. And if this data walk will open the eyes of the community as to how we can do better and where we need to do better in specific areas, then let's have the data walk.
There's a lot of data, in regards to education and mental health and overdose and deaths and the prevalence and the rates and, the disparities here in Escambia County compared to other counties.
So I work in healthcare, and I work in healthcare data. An event like this opens up beyond just healthcare, but it looks at housing, access to healthcare coverage, education from a broader lens across the entire area, and makes it really easy to understand and provoke questions. So coming to a place like this, you get a lot of people who have lots of different viewpoints coming together to speak about it, and then hopefully that's the catalyst for change.
But to see a lot more younger people coming into the room to have the conversation, that just expands it even more when we start talking about the equity, the conversation around equity. And that's generational, not just racially, that's generational.
This is our first time coming to this. Yeah, these are the actual issues that are impacting people, and sometimes that's never named or connected. We're definitely taking away from this how to better speak to the community and connect their concerns about education or healthcare directly to those public policy outcomes.
The fact that this information is out here, you just need to be able to engage it, be able to embrace it, and be able to share it with those who need the information. So really, the data walk is really important. The Equity Project Alliance is important. All of it because it brings the conversations to the table. It brings different people from different walks of life, different community, different backgrounds to talk about the common goal is how can we make the community better and make it more equitable for those across the
We had a whole bunch of younger people. So we're excited because we know that it has to be generational. And to see multiple generations here tonight is also incredibly encouraging.